What is your life's goal? What do you want to be up? That is a question most of us have been asked. I had many interests as a kid, and it was easy to choose. If it summarize, I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a marine biologist, an astronaut, a ship's officer, a pilot, and a professional football player. I was fortunate enough to achieve 3 of those goals: or officer, a ship's officer, and a pilot. I knew I did not want a writer or an accountant. I did not want to be a teacher because I did not like school. I did not want to be a writer because I failed English twice. And I dropped out of my MBA program because I could not stand accounting. Ironically, now that I have grown up, I have become everything I never wanted to become. Although today I own an education company. I personally teach around the world because I love teaching. Although I failed English twice because I could not write. Today I am best known as an author. My book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, New York Times bestseller over 7 years and is one of the top 3 best-selling books in the United States. TE only books of it are TE Joy of Sex and TE Road Less Traveled. Adding one more irony, Rich Dad Poor Dad and My Cash Flow Board are a book and a game about accounting, another subject I struggled with. So what does this have to do with the question, what is your goal in life? 16. Preface. TE answer is found in the simple, yet profound statement by a Vietnamese monk, Thich Nhat Hanh. TE path is the goal. In other words, finding your path in life is your goal in life. Your path is passion. You make your title, or your successes and failures. Finding your path means finding out what you were put here on this earth to do. What is your life's purpose? Why were you given this gift called life? And what is the gift you give back to life, looking back? Going to school was not about finding my life's path. I spent 4 years studying and training to be a ship's officer. If I had made a career sailing for Standard Oil on their oil tankers, I would never have found my life's path. If I had stayed in to fly for the airlines, never have found my life's path. Had I continued on as a ship's officer or become an airline pilot, I would never have become an international best-selling author, been a guest on the Oprah show, written a book with Donald Trump, an international education company that teaches entrepreneurship and investing throughout the world. Finding your path. This CASHFLOW Quadrant book is important because it is about finding your path in life. As you know, most people are programmed early in life to go to school and get a job. School is about finding a job in the E or S quadrant. It is not about finding your life's path. I realize there are people who what they are going to do early in life, up knowing they are going to be a doctor, lawyer, musician, golfer or actor. Child. Prodigies. Kids with except talents. Yet you may notice. These are professions. Not necessarily a life's path. 17. Cashflow Quadrant. So how does one find their path in? My answer is, I wish I knew. If I could wand and your life's path would magically appear, I would. I do not have a magic wand, nor can I tell you what to do. The best thing I can do is tell you what I did. And what I did was trust my intuition, my heart, and my guts. For example, in 1973, returning from the war, when my poor dad suggested I go back to school, get my higher degrees, and work for the government, my brain went numb, my heart went heavy, and my gut said, no way. When he suggested I get my old job back with Standard Oil or fly for the airlines, again my mind and gut said no. I knew I was through sailing and flying. Professions, and the pay was pretty good. In 1973, at the age of 26, I was growing up. I parents' advice and gone to school. Received my and had two professions, a license to be a ship's officer and a licensed TE. Problem was, they were professions and the dreams of a child. At the age of 26, I was old enough to know that education is a process. For example, when I wanted to be a ship's officer, I went to a school that turned out ship's officers. And when I wanted to, I went to a 2-year process that turns non-pilots into pilots. I was cautious about my next educational process. I wanted to know what I was going to become before I started educational process. Traditional schools had been good to me. I had achieved my childhood professions. Reaching adulthood was confusing because there were no signs saying. I knew what I didn't want to do, but I did not know what I wanted to do. It would have been simple if all I wanted was a new profession, a medical doctor. I would have gone to medical school. If I had wanted to be a lawyer, I would have gone to law school. But there was more to life than just going to school to gain another professional credential. I did not realize it at the time. But at 26 years of age, I was now looking for my path in life. 18. Preface. A different education. In 1973, in my last year of active duty flying for the Marine, or when I was stationed near home in Hawaii, I knew I wanted to follow in my rich dad's footsteps. Marines. I signed up for real estate courses and business courses on the weekends. Preparing to become an entrepreneur. Quadrants. At the same time, upon a friend's recommendation of a friend, I signed up for a personal development course, hoping to find out who I really am. Personal development course is non-traditional education because I did not know what I was going to learn. As I did when I signed up for real estate courses. All I knew was that it was time to take courses to find out about me. In my first weekend course, the instructor drew this simple diagram on the flip chart. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. 19. Cash flow quadrant. With the diagram complete, the instructor turned and said, to develop a being, we need mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual education. Listening to her explanation, it's clear to me that traditional schools were primarily about developing students. That is why so many students who do well in school do not do well in real life. Especially in the world of money. As the course progressed over the weekend, I disliked school. I realized that I loved learning, but hated school. Traditional education was a great environment for the students, but it was not for me. Traditional education was crushing my spirit, trying to motivate me with the emotion, fear. The fear of making mistakes. The fear of failing. And the fear of not getting a job. They were programming me to be an employee in the E or S quadrant. I realized that traditional education is not the place for an entrepreneur in the B and I quadrants. 'Tis maybe why entrepreneurs never finish school. Entrepreneurs like Thomas Edison, founder of General Electric; Henry Ford, founder of Ford Motor Company; Steve Jobs, founder of Apple; Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft; Walt Disney, founder of Disneyland; and Mark Zuckerberg, founder of Facebook. As the day went on and the instructor went deeper and deeper into these 4 types of personal development, I realized I had spent most of my life in very harsh educational environments. After 4 years at an all-male military academy and 5 years as a Marine pilot, I was pretty strong mentally and physically. As a Marine pilot, I was strong emotionally and spiritually, but all on the macho male development side. I had no gentle side, no female energy.